Hello, great people. Nigerians are rejoicing as candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 presidential election, Mr. Peter Obi, narrowly escaped death via plane crash. On this episode of Politics with Joshua Plug, I will be telling you what happened, the circumstance that led to the near-death experience of Mr. Peter Obi, the reaction of the Nigerian government and that of the airline, and we will be dissecting why the Nigerian government and airline are yet to release an official statement despite the fact that there was a near-death experience of an important political personality in the person of Mr. Peter Obi, and in the absence of an official statement, we'll be dissecting what could be the cause of that near-death experience, and I will be giving you four main causes, and I can tell you that the fourth one is the political cause, and that political cause of that near-death experience is like a big Iroko tree that has many branches. So I would encourage you that do not miss it for any reason. But first, I need to read some things for you as it was reported. It said that the Air Peace flight P47123 was carrying over 100 passengers. The flight left Abuja for Lagos, and the event happened around the Lagos axis, close to the Muritala Mohammed Airport, the local wing of the Muritala Mohammed Airport in Lagos. According to news report, the flight departed Abuja at 12:59 p.m., 24 minutes behind schedule. Originally, it was scheduled to touch down in Lagos at 1:55 p.m. The plane only managed to land at 2:25 p.m. after a frightening 30-minute ordeal in the air. So that means that for 30 minutes, the plane was hovering around the air. For 30 minutes, the plane was hovering around the air, struggling to land, and the passengers were panicking. Some were even casting abandon. You know the usual Nigerian pattern. Some are already calling on God. Some that have not prayed for a long time, they suddenly remembered God. But it was reported that Mr. Peter Obi remained calm, and Mr. Peter Obi was seated in the economic class, not the first class or business class. He was seated. That means that he was with the masses, if I can use that word, and that itself, if it is intentional, because I believe, well, it is intentional anyway, because Mr. Peter Obi is a rich man, and for him to be flying economic class, that is an intentional political strategy. Is it a good one? Well, in my mind, I will tell you, yes, it is a very good one. The Prime Minister of Singapore flies economic class, and he flies commercial airline. Anyway, so if you look at it well, Mr. Peter Obi may be emulating the Prime Minister of Singapore by flying commercial flight. And according to news report again, before I go into the likely causes and some other associated issues, the news report said that Peter Obi was flying in the economic class. Peter Obi was flying in the economic class, was praised by many passengers for his calmness during the chaos. In quotes now, I'm reading a quote. He kept encouraging us to stay calm and have faith. It was comforting to see him composed, even in the middle of fear another passenger shared. So that means that when the media, when they interviewed some of the passengers, this was what they had to say about Mr. Peter Obi. Now, the Nigerian government and the airline, which is Air Peace, are yet to release an official statement. What could be the cause? Well, Air Peace might be thinking from the business perspective that, oh, if we release a statement, then definitely it will give this issue publicity, and some obedient may decide that, oh, you are conspiring with the government, definitely we won't fly your airline again. So it may be for business purpose that Air Peace is here to release a statement. But then on the part of Nigerian government and the mainstream media, you can see that the mainstream media, there seems to be some kind of like media conspiracy as regards the report of that particular issue. An high-profile individual, one of the presidential hopefuls of Nigeria, was on board. There was a near-death experience. The plane was hovering around the air for over 30 minutes, and the mainstream media did not report it. It didn't make the headlines on the major medias in Nigeria. So you can imagine, is there a media conspiracy between the media and the ruling party and some other opposition parties in that regard? Now, let us go to the causes of this airline, since there has not been any official report from the airline and the Nigerian government. What could be the cause? I'll give you four. Number one is natural disaster. Number two is human error. Number three is mechanical malfunction. Number four is political decimation and eradication plot. You see that number four? Don't miss it for any reason. First, number one, that near-death experience could be as a result of natural disaster. there are some planes that would crash just because as a result of natural disaster. Maybe there was turbulence and it was beyond the pilot's control, natural disasters naturally occur, so it may be as a result of natural disaster. And the near death experience could also be as a result of human error, in the sense that there may be something that was supposed to be locked that was not well locked. There may be something that's supposed to be fixed that was forgotten or that was not fixed. The usual Nigerian negligence, impunity kind of thing. It may be as a result of that. Now, it will also be as a result of mechanical malfunction. Everything could have been fixed, everything working fine, intact, okay, and mid-air, one of the engines or any part of the airplane may malfunction. So we cannot rule out that, because I've listened to some argument and people are making it mainly political. No, it can be as a result of natural disaster, human error, and mechanical malfunction. Now, let us go to the big one, which is the fourth one: political decimation and eradication plot. The aspect of political eradication and political decimation and eradication plot can be ruled out. And the reason why that can be ruled out is that Mr. Peter Obi is one of the presidential hopefuls in Nigeria. Is one of the people that you can pick that, okay, if they say name 3-4 people that are likely to be president in Nigeria, definitely you would mention Mr. Peter Obi as one of them. So that kind of person, you can't rule out the aspect of political decimation or eradication plot, in the sense that that kind of person is somebody that he has great prospect. And with the kind of politics that we play in Nigeria, whereby politics is a big business, definitely you cannot rule that out. And when I'm saying political decimation or assassination or eradication plot, I'm not referring to the APC alone. No, I'm referring to all political stalwarts, both in APC and both in the opposition parties, because Mr. Peter Obi will face two kind of opposition, which is the inter and the intra, and I will explain it to you. Now, the inter opposition is between him and the other political parties, which is Mr. Peter Obi and the APC, his political party, and the APC, Mr. Peter Obi and his political opponent in other parties. Now, the intra is the opposition that Mr. Peter Obi faced in his own political party himself. There are some people that are aligning, whether it is on the coalition side, whether it is in the Labour Party. There are people that sees themselves as strategic to the presidential ticket, but the only major problem they have is Mr. Peter Obi. There are some people now, and they are all in the same political fold. They belong to the same political family in terms of the political party or the coalition. And some of them are thinking that if not for Peter Obi, I'm the next person that is likely to have this ticket. So that person himself will not apparently wish Mr. Peter Obi well, because he knows that if Peter Obi is out of the way, the next person in line will be most likely him. So you can't rule out that of the political assassination plot in that regard. And do Nigerian politicians care? You may be wondering that can they kill hundreds of people because of Mr. Peter Obi? Of course, yes. And that kind of instance is to make it kind of like appear very perfect, in the sense that if that happens, you will just see that, oh, it was a natural disaster, it was an engine failure. At least it's not only him, it was over 100 people that died. And if that happened, definitely, at the end of the day, nothing may come out of it. As political assassination happened in Nigeria, I will give you instances in that regard. I'll give you 3, 4, or 5 as it comes to mind. Now, the first one is that of Murtala Mohammed. The former head of state, Murtala Mohammed, was assassinated in cold blood. So if a Murtala Mohammed can be assassinated, as at when politics is not as lucrative as it is now, as at when technology is not as advanced as it is now, as at when to use street partners I never open as they open now, then are you telling me that somebody like Peter Obi, that there will be 1 or 2 or 3 people that will be interested in seeing his end based on the political prospect, particularly the outing that he showed in the last election? Now, another instance is Funsho Williams. Some of you that are conversant with the politics of Lagos will remember Funsho Williams. Funsho Williams was the governorship candidate in PDP, and I think he was defeated by Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And people were already saying that if Bola Ahmed Tinubu finish his term, then definitely Funsho William is a bright prospect. And all of a sudden, Funsho William was assassinated in his home. And that was the end of it. So Funsho Williams, who happened to be a bright governorship, candidate that has great prospect, was murdered in cold blood. Another one is Dipo Dino. They usually call him Didi Direct. Those of you that are from Ogun State will know Dipo Dino was a member of ACN, I think, at that time. It was when ACN was AC or ACN at that point in time. Dipo Dino was assassinated. And you can give more examples of state killing in quote, with like that of Ken Saruwiwa and the Ogoni, like that of allegedly that of Bola Ige, the former Attorney General of the Federation. You would also recall that of Dele Giwa. So there are political undertone assassination in Nigeria. So we cannot rule it out. If the history of Nigeria is anything to go by, we cannot rule out the political assassination attempt, the political decimation attempt on Mr. Peter Obi, because occupying that seat of the president of Nigeria is a great big deal, because you have a lot of powers and so many people, as I've analyzed earlier, are interested in that particular position. So Nigeria is rich and profitable. Desperate politicians won't mind doing anything. They won't mind killing thousands of people, including Mr. Peter Obi, for them to retain or regain power. So politically influenced murder are often made to appear natural. Have that in mind. Politically influenced murder are often made to appear natural. And for me, I think that the politicians should play safe and there should be a thorough investigation. And if it is a natural disaster, it should be stated. Nothing should be covered. If it is as a result of mechanical fault, those that are negligent in their duty should be duly sanctioned, because inside that particular plane are breadwinners of families, are children, husband, wives, daughters, friends, families, associates of different people. So you can imagine the kind of havoc that would have caused. And the way Lagos is congested, if there's any plane crash, definitely it will affect a lot of buildings. But thank God for his mercies. I wish Mr. Peter Obi the best of luck, and I wish him long life. It's been an interesting time with you on this episode with your show blog, Dr. Omosoladeji. Subscribe, turn on your notification button, catch up with my past videos. See you in my next video. I love you all sincerely.